Welcome back. You know, I've been around and visited a lot of UU congregations, and I've got to say, this is unique. But I also think you've got it figured out, because putting up decorations through the building, normally people within the churches fight about that for 3 weeks before someone who becomes fed up finally does it, complains bitterly, and resigns from the church. So you ought to patent this model you've got here. We would like to present some of the symbols of the season. And Chrissy, could you join me in this? First of all, we acknowledge the Christmas tree. We call forth the decorations of our Christmas tree with pre-Christian and pagan origins. The tree has served as a symbol for Christmas celebrations for centuries. In medieval Germany, a tree was decorated with fruits and nuts and candles and placed in the town square. In Victorian England, trees were decorated with sweets for children to enjoy. The Christmas tree was brought to our shores in the 19th century. Both Easton and Lancaster, Pennsylvania, claim to be the first towns in America to have Christmas trees in the early 1800s. Evergreen and brightly lit, the Christmas tree fascinates all generations and calls forth the spirit of Christmas.
We call forth the menorah, symbol of the Jewish holiday of Hanukkah. The menorah reminds the people of the book of their ancient ancestors' victory over the oppressors and the rededication of their most holy site, the Temple of Jerusalem. Maybe on the... Although they had only enough oil for one day to light the lamp to consecrate the temple, the lamp burned miraculously for 8 days. Hanukkah, the festival of lights.
We call forth the Kwanzaa Kinara. Kinara is a Swahili word meaning candle holder. Kwanzaa was created to introduce and reinforce 7 basic values of African culture, which contribute to building and reinforcing family, community, and culture among African American people, as well as Africans throughout the world. Like our own Unitarian Universalist principles, Kwanzaa celebrates 7 principles. The first and foremost, which is unity in family, community, nation, and race. Each candle represents one of the principles. The black one symbolizes the African people, the red their struggle, and the green the future and hope that comes from their struggle.
We call forth the Yule log, symbol of the winter solstice celebration. In ancient times, people of what is now Northern Europe would celebrate Jule or Yule with feasting and drinking. The Yule log represents health, fruitfulness, and productivity. The Yule log was believed to bring beneficial magic and was kept burning for at least 12 hours and sometimes as long as 12 days, warming both the house and those who resided within. And now I'd like to invite our pop-up choir forward to entertain us with their beautiful song.
Ask you, after all this presentation, what do you see in the candle? Ready?
Pop-up choir, amazing. What a bunch of talented people there are here. Well, I knew the people from Pennsylvania know how to celebrate Christmas when I went to a place called Longwood Gardens. Has anybody ever heard of that? My. The Christmas trees. Now, has everybody bought their gifts? For everybody else, you have. Maybe. Do we have any folks here that wait to the last day, the last 24 hours? Okay, there you go. Hey, it is what it is. So at our house, due to Alphys, my wife, there's a tremendous amount of intentional gift giving, where we're ruled by two forces, or she is. Namely, what is the best possible gift we can give this person that they have never been given this gift before? And number two, how little can we spend on it? Which is my major consideration. But I kind of think I know what Alphys is going to get me for Christmas this year. Don't tell her. It's a baseball cap, and on the front of it, it reads, "Warning, anything you say or do may end up in a sermon." We have a friend who has unusual gift-giving habits. She's very frugal, and she goes to various sales throughout the year. She lives in San Francisco. She collects them, and then she sends them in a bunch to us and says, okay, give this to so-and-so at their birthday, and give this one at New Year's, and give this one at Christmas, etc. So I have learned over the years to appreciate the nuances of how people give gifts. And during this time of year, Quite often, people do think, what is the best gift I can give someone, or at least those closest to me? And I want you to know today that I have come to some conclusions about what are the best gifts to give to ourselves, to our loved ones, and to the community and to the world. And here is what they are. The best gift, far better than any material gift we can give to one another, is our attention and our compassion and our empathy. Because be assured that everyone to the left of you and to the right of you and in front of you and behind you walks with burdens and difficulties and challenges, although they may stay hidden from the eyes of others. And the greatest gift we can give to another person is our attention, being present, saying, I'm here to listen. Don't have to do anything, but just be present and empathetic. The best gift we can give ourselves is to accept ourselves, because very often we are highly judgmental of ourselves and unforgiving of ourselves to a degree that is remarkable. The best gift we can give to ourselves is to accept ourselves, to be compassionate with ourselves. The best gift we can give the world is to help create a community where people genuinely and truly and deeply care for one another. And not only say that, but act from that. Yesterday, we had a workshop, a very important workshop and meeting dealing with creating a covenant. And one of your members, Mark Bernstein, who was leading it, said this in his presentation. The very nature of our faith tradition calls us into covenant, an agreement about how to be with each other, to make and keep promises, and to be faithful and loving to one another. The covenants we make need to be part of the life breath of our congregation. It needs to be kept alive, to be referred to often, to be celebrated. And then Mark, during his presentation, he quoted one of my colleagues, Victoria Stafford, who wrote this: covenant is a promise I keep to myself about the kind of person I want to be, the kind of life I mean to have, together with other people and with all other living things. We will walk together with each other toward the lives we mean to lead, toward the world we mean to have a hand in shaping, the world of compassion, equity, freedom, joy, and gratitude. The world is filled with so many problems and turmoils that it boggles the mind even to consider them. But we can give this hurting world a great gift if together we intentionally decide to be with one another in a compassionate way. And no greater gift can we give the world and ourselves and one another. We are about to enter a very busy time of the year. It is a time filled with memories, sometimes difficult memories, sometimes difficult experiences, sometimes joyous experiences, but definitely a time when we are invited to see life from a different perspective that doesn't preoccupy us most of the time, to consider the possibility of renewing our lives in some ways that are significant. My wish for you, each of you, is that you choose to give the best gifts to yourselves and to one another this Christmas season.